Okay, hi everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yeah. Okay, so let's start our class at 6:10. Okay, let's wait for 2-3 minutes. Yeah, okay, guys. So let me share my screen. Tomorrow I'll be releasing the answer key. Okay, there is no Google form for this particular assignment because I saw a lot of you were asking that where to submit assignment and all. There's no Google form. You have to do it, and I'll be releasing the answer key. It's a part of the project. At the end of the project, ultimately, you will be getting a Google form to get the entire, like to upload the entire project inside the Google form. So yeah, take care of that, and yeah, take care of the things that you are up and running with the entire class, and you are up with the assignments, so that later on you don't face an issue. Because right now also a lot of students from the previous batches do call me and tell me that, ma'am, we haven't got the certificate. Then I asked that, did you submit the assignment or the assessment? They say that no. Then they have to again submit the assignment to some other authority, and there is a lot of time taken, like there is a lot of time in processing of the certificate, because at a particular glance of time or a particular part of time, all these certificates are generated. If you come after a month and ask that, ma'am, can we get the certificates even if we do not have submitted the assignments, then it's going to be kind of bit challenging for the entire team, because we have to see again things, and we have to again generate the certificates, send you. So that is the reason I highly prefer you guys to go with the class flow, and at the last moment you won't be facing any troubles. Okay, great. So here is the local host 3000. See, next Sunday also I'll be taking the class like this Sunday, next Sunday, because the next Monday I won't be able to take up the class. Yeah, uh, because on Monday I'll be going to my hostel, so there is the greater probability that I won't be able to take up the class next Monday. So that is the reason I'll take the class next Sunday in the morning time. No, do not worry about assignments right now, okay? Because ultimately, if you submit the final assignment, in the final assignment, you will be getting Google Forms to submit the links for all the projects. What are the projects that are being considered for evaluation? It's the it's the basic Zomato front end one, HTML, CSS. After that, it is the task management, then the normal API project, that is the book management, then the Book My Show project, that is this one, and the Zomato master. Okay, so here is a temp component. Let us go to Book My Show. Okay, we don't need this actually. Yeah. So this is the movies page, and this is how the movie should be. There should be a proper padding over here. So we have to provide that. So let us do that. Let us go over here and see where it is available and where can we do things. So let us go to our hero carousel, because it's in, okay, it's in the components. Yeah. So hero carousel, and here is the entire division for that. Entire slider is available over here, and this is the hero slider. Okay, it is inside this, so we can provide it like this division, which is basically responsible for rendering your entire slider. This entire division, we can say that, okay, you basically uh, have a padding or a margin, okay, because this division is rendering the individual images over here. So we can say that, okay, you have a particular padding or a particular margin, and it can happen according to that. So let us do that. Here we can give it a kind of padding x of 2 and a particular padding y of 3 over here. And if I save this and I go here, yeah, you can see that it is having a proper padding. Now we can give it a border, so rounded MD, medium rounding. Okay, we have to give rounded MD to the image, I guess, because the image will have the like rounded border. So we can do that. Yeah. So it's perfectly fine over here. This entire navbar you have to prepare, so take that in account. Now we are not able to see the arrows. Yesterday I explored why we are not able to see the arrows. Then I got to know that actually for your arrows, you have to have your personalized, like inside this particular slick carousel npm package, you have to have your entire component for the arrows. Then only you can provide your styling to the arrows, and you can make the arrows act according to your convenience. Okay, so what we can do, we can go to our index.css and we can provide class for the entire, like the previous and the next arrows, and it was written in the documentation that the class name should be exactly same. It should be this: the previous arrow class name should be slick prev, and the next arrow class name should be slick next. Okay, slick next. If you do this, then you will be having the arrow, and inside it you have to have their personalized styling. Okay, so here you should have left 3%, not important, and then z index as 1. I'll tell you what's the meaning of the entire thing. Okay, do not worry about it. And here also the same thing we will be having. It's just that here we will have right instead of left. Okay, so if I save this and if I go over here, I see no arrow. It's getting rendered. Yeah, you can see arrow is there. Okay, we have got the arrows over here. So this is the way you can have your arrows. So why it is so? Because they have their own classes. It's a npm package. So that is the reason they have got their classes. If you include their class, then you can have the arrows, because they have given you the provision that you can. Okay, you can have the entire arrow if you want, and you can also avoid it. So that, because some of the websites do not prefer arrows and all, due to some reason, so that is the reason they have given a flexibility to you. You can include this class and then you'll have the arrow. What is the meaning of this? Left 3% means you will have a gap of, or this particular padding or margin of 3% from the left and from the right as well for both the arrows. And it not important means it is not a mandatory css property. Okay, let us wait. Yeah, not important means it is not mandatory. Like not mandatory, not important basically comes into scene when you have certain compiler issues or some linter issues. Some browsers do not support left and right, so that is the reason it will never show. It will never stop the React component from rendering, because it's not supporting or something like that, because this entire css property has been marked as not important. So even if it is rendered or not, it's not significant. You can avoid this not important as well. There is no issue. After that, here there is a z index of 1. Z index of 1 because you have to make the arrows available on top of everything, on top of the entire slider or the carousel. It should be present. You can see that it's lying on top, or it's overlaying on top of this entire background carousel. So that is the reason it has been given z index of 1. Okay, because we assume that the z index of everything is 0. So if you want to have something on top of this particular arrow, you have to provide it a z index of greater than 1. Okay, so assuming that everything which has not been assigned any particular z index is having a z index of 0, we are providing it a z index of 1 so as to make it overlay on top of the background. Okay. um, hmm. Now I can also see that the images are kind of squeezed. So let us go to this and let us make the height as 96. That's the highest height available on Tailwind CSS. Yeah, now it's pretty fine. So got it, guys? Yeah, you can change the styling of arrow. I'll just show you how to do it. To do it, you have to follow, proper steps. I'll show you how to do it. I'm just pushing the entire code to the command prompt so that you guys can take your time and first implement this. Then only I can show you how to style the arrow according to your convenience. So tailwind and okay. Okay, I have pushed everything. Your images are not showing. Make sure your URLs are correct, and it takes some times to load. So make sure that your internet connection and all is also fine, because in Some places, like due to poor or bad connection, it takes time to load as well. It won't take more than a minute or two, but still, if it's not loading and there is a kind of error image thing, then make sure that you have your correct map function, your URL is correct, and take care of those things. Okay, so I pushed the code to GitHub. Take 2 minutes and complete this fast. Are you guys done? Is it showing, rendering, everything's working? Hmm. Okay. So now if you want to like style your arrows and if you want to make them look according to the way you want them to look, then you have to prepare your component for arrow. Okay, and you have to change their settings a bit. In the settings you have to tell that you are using your component instead of their component, and that's how you will be able to change the styling for the arrow. I'll show you how to do it. Okay. So first of all, we have to prepare a component in the carousel itself, and we have to name that as anything you want. So let us name it as arrows dot component dot js. Okay. So this is your component. Here first, let us just import React. So import React from React. Okay, great. After doing so, you have to prepare your next arrow and previous arrow functional component. Why next and previous arrow functional component? Because that you'll be doing in the settings and you'll be able to understand why we are doing so. So let us export directly only rather than exporting as in a module, because here we are having two separate functional components, so we will export them directly only. So export const next arrow, and here you will pass the props. What are the props over here? These are the styling. Okay, because here you will customize the styling, so that is the reason here the properties are your styles. Do you remember the inline style? You had an inline style attribute and there you used to have the style. So here also like that only you will have the style when you are trying to style the arrow according to your convenience, and that will be passed as a property. Okay, so I'll show you how to do it. So here return, you'll have a fragment over here, and after having a fragment you just render a division with the properties, nothing much more. So here I will just render a division by spreading the props over here. The props are nothing, the props are just the normal inline styles you will be passing. Okay, so this is done, and similarly we'll do the same exact thing for your previous arrow as well. So prev arrow. Okay, the same thing for previous arrow and the next arrow. So after doing so, you have to get into your hero carousel and change the settings. So here inside your hero carousel, let us just import the component we require. So we are importing the component over here, that is the next arrow and previous arrow. Import now, since it's exporting a lot of things, so we have to destructure it. So prev arrow comma next arrow. Okay, from, and what is the folder over here? It's arrows dot component. So dot slash arrows dot component. Okay, so this is done. After doing this, we have to change the settings a bit. Okay, we have to change the settings slightly. So here they have a previous arrow and a next arrow style attribute. Okay, so in the previous arrow and next arrow style attribute, you have to add your this particular component. Okay, so here it's like their own settings attribute predefined. Okay, you are not having this attribute right now. You are just assigning that attribute or that particular key with some value you have decided. So what are we going to do over here? We are fetching their next arrow and previous arrow thing. So let us this, I have copied this priv arrow. So I'll just write priv arrow. Please note that here the priv arrow P is small, and whatever priv arrow I have written there, the P is capital. This is their own defined key. Okay, so here I'll just paste it. Okay, comma, and here I'll have my next arrow, and the next arrow also you will have the same thing. You'll have your assigning with your component, that is the next arrow component. Now this is how you say that, okay, I have prepared everything, everything is good to go. Now how to give your style to this arrow.component.js? Just go over here to the division, and you have spread here the props, right? You have spread here the props. Now what are the properties over here? There are no properties, but there can be a lot of properties. Like you can have a on click, you can have a class name, you can have styles, you can have a lot of things. So let us have those things over here. So I'll just write over here, first property class name equals to props dot class name. I'm sorry, something got stuck in my throat, I don't know what. Then you can have your style as well. So I'll just come back to style a little later. Then you can have your on click attribute as well. So on click is also the same thing, props dot on click. Okay. Now inside style you can have a lot of things. Like first of all, inside style you will make sure that you are spreading the style. So dot 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 props dot style. So this means that whatever style is there, all the style is being spreaded. What are these properties? These are the properties of the arrow component present inside the slick carousel package only. You are spreading those properties. You are spreading all of those properties. Along with that, you are also having your customized properties. Okay, so here I can have, like, for example, I can give a background color. So okay, it was not a capital G, it was a small g. So background color, and here I can give a background color of probably black. I can save this. Okay, and the same thing applies here as well. I can save this and put it here. Okay. So if I save this and if I go over here, you can see that it is having a background color of black. It is working. Its previous style is still there, but it is having a background color of black. So similarly here you can give a lot of styling and make the arrow look similar to this particular arrow. Obviously it will not look exactly same as this thing, but yeah, you can have kind of a bigger square over here and kind of a better styling rather than this particular style. Okay, got it? Understood? Shall I repeat it again? Okay. So over here, first of all, inside hero carousel, you have your arrows. Arrows have come up because you have given an index.css and here you have provided slick priv and all. But if you want to have your own styling for the arrows, then you have to prepare your own component for the arrows. How to prepare your own component for the arrows? You have to prepare a arrows.component.js and import that particular thing inside your hero carousel. Okay. Now, if you import that particular thing into your hero carousel, you have been provided with prev arrow and next arrow key. These are like very significant keys present. So you can assign those keys with your component, that is prev arrow and next arrow functional component that are present here inside your arrows.component.js. Now here, inside arrows.component.js, you are passing the prev arrow and next arrow with the properties. Which properties are you passing them with? The props are like originally available in the slick carousel package. You are passing them with those properties. You are spreading those properties inside this class name, style, and on click. And inside the style, you are adding some additional style, that is background color black or something extra. Okay. Okay. So here you are spreading those properties, that is the class name, the style, everything. Okay, so these are the properties which you are spreading, which you are accessing, are basically the properties of the Slick Carousel package itself. Okay, after spreading those properties, you are basically having a background color and the other like CSS properties which you want to give in to customize your arrow according to your needs. So this is how you provide styles to the arrows. Okay, so this is how it works. Got it? Let me just got it, everyone. Okay, sir, push the code. Please do this. It will take 5 minutes, I guess. Complete this fast. Okay, guys, did you complete it? Did you complete it? Okay, great. So please ask me your doubts today. What you have? Any doubt? If you have, do ask me. Ask me the doubts. You can't add the logo. If this logo is this logo not accessible? Okay, if it's not accessible, let me just inspect it. If this is not accessible, then go to your Book My Show, like inside Google. Yeah, they have a SVG for this. Okay, so what you can do, you can go to Google and you can find out any logo for Book My Show. Okay, just find out any logo for Book My Show. Got it, everyone? I'm just searching something. Yeah, take this logo, na. Take this my logo. It is also fine. Okay. Take this logo. Okay. Oh, I have given a direct message. Wait. Let me send it to everyone in the meeting, and here it is. Okay. So I have this logo. Whosoever is feeling like having an issue in the logo and all. And yeah, any other doubt you have? Ma'am, can you let the command for Slick carousal one that yesterday? Oh, give the command. Array, just go here. Search for Slick carousal React. Here you get the npm JS link. It's this particular link. First, you have to copy this, paste it in your CMD. Then you have to go and this one, yeah. You have to install the Slick carousal. So you have to follow these two command line prompts. Yeah, you have to follow these two commands for getting the Slick carousal and the Slick carousal CSS into your project. You will be good to go. If you want the documentation, you can just go over here and explore this part. Okay, so when you use Slick now, they are providing you with particular, just a second. Yeah, just a second. My dad was here and like he was talking on phone. He had a call. So, okay. So you are not getting the arrows because they have provided you with the flexibility to choose whether you want to have an arrow or not, because it works on keyboard as well. It worked on keyboard and it works on clicking over here as well. So they have provided you with the flexibility to avoid these dots as well. You can prevent these dots from occurring. Okay, you can also avoid the arrows. You can avoid and add in whatever element you want to have over here. So that's the reason why you can add your customized CSS like into this arrow as well. But if you just include this particular Slick Prev and Slick Next class, then you will be provided with the like you will be having the Slick Previous and the Slick Next, all the stylings and everything into your particular project. Okay, so that's the reason why you can add it and you can avoid it as well. Got it? Got it, everyone? Yes. Any other doubts do you have? Okay, great. Great. Okay. So tomorrow we'll have a class and we'll finish off this project very soon. Then we'll be starting with our Zomato Master Project. And in Zomato Master Project, basically I'll be doing almost all the back end, and the front end part, almost everything you have to do. Okay, so that will be kind of challenge for you guys. Ultimately, I'll also share the entire answer key with you. Okay, the output code with you, so do not worry about that. Yeah, so see you guys then. Okay, ma'am, for Zomato Master, yeah, we will be using React, MongoDB, Amazon Web Services, Redux, Docker, Kubernetes. Okay, guys, I actually got a call. No issues. Yeah, we'll be using React, Redux, Kubernetes, everything. Okay, guys, then I guess everyone understood what to do. We'll be having our class day after, sorry, tomorrow only. And yeah, see you guys.